동굴 사건 이후 리버사이드 병원으로 이송된 주인공 에드워드 피어스. 피투성이가 된 채 닥터 풀러에게 정체 모를 약물 실험을 당하고 죽은 줄 알았던 브래들리 경관은 멀쩡히 살아있는 채로 눈앞에 나타나며 혼란한 상황 속에서 브래들리의 친구 마리 콜든에게 도움을 받아 병원을 탈출하려는 과정에서 사라 호킨스가 병원에 입원해 있었다는 사실과 평소 사라와 인연이 있어 보였던 프란시스 샌더스라는 환자를 만나게 되고 저주받은 그림이 사건의 원흉임을 알게 되는데 대화 중 샌더스는 보이지 않는 무언가의 습격을 받아 살해당하며 병원 가스 누출로 인해 주인공은 그만 정신을 잃고 마는데
Damn! The gas! Oh, my head.
Later. We need to move on.
원망하다가 곧 탐정의 눈앞에서 사망하고 말았다. 피어스는 브래들리와 콜든과 함께 드디어 저주받은 병원을 떠날 수 있었다. 불운의 3인조는 호킨스 저택을 은신처로 사용하기로 결정한다. 호킨스 저택 밑에 괴물을 소환하고 괴물이 되어버린 찰스 호킨스가 있는데 그 호킨스 저택을 은신처로 사용한다고? 믿을 사람이 하나 없어서 그런가? 에오 촉수 에오 눈 마주친다. 크툴루가 날 찾아냈어.
Who goes there?
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive?
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you
죽었잖아.
saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us, what happened?
내가 오컬트 지식이 프로까지 가야 돼? 근데 내가 지금 어떻게 프로를 달성하지? 그 조그만 단서들 가지고? 의술도 프로여야 돼?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident. The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
심리학.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
나 이거 실패한 거야?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home. I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
모르겠다. 그냥 진짜 기억이 안 날 수도 있는 것 같기도 하고.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement. From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you.
나 이 경관 좀 너무 수상한데.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. Infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove.
이런
Did
거짓불통
you
같은 게.
discover
아
anything
도움
else?
안 돼. 파티에서 빼버려야겠다.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it. Sanders said It was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
진실을 마주하는 게 더 낫습니다.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps
운명적인
I'll find a
결정을
link between
해버렸는데?
her husband.
뭐 더 조사할 거 없나? 의술을 올려줄 만한 책을 더 봐야 될 것 같은데. 나가게 하면 그냥 아예 나가버리는 거 아니? 아, 난 바보야.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins.
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
cat?
Well, look who's here. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. How could this happen? In a reputed institute. And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
거짓된 명망이죠.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow.
저 또 운명을
He must
결정하는
think that
선택을
I am a
했구나.
terrible wife.
A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
Have
그거
nothing to
보면은
lose.
좆되는 거잖아.
Then you have paid.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
오!
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
심리학을 대차게 실패하고 있는 듯한 기분인가? 뭐야, 나 뭔가 이상한 것들이 보이는 것 같은데?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
공짜로 준 거임? 진짜 이상하다.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you, what brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long. Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network.
왜 문이 안 열리지? 힘으로 열려고 하는 거구나. 열렸다. 나 혹시 두뇌파가 아니라 육체파일지도? 지금 여태 힘 실패 한 번도 안 뜸. 와 진짜 엄청 기괴하다. 야 이거 생각해서 만드는 거.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
이러면 조금 소름 끼칠 것 같은데 잘 때마다. 오! 온다. Ew.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
뭔가 맞는 어떻게 쓰는 거야? 뭐 힌트 같은 거 없나? 어떻게 해야 되는지. 단검을 찾아야 되는 건 알겠는데. 아 그림을 훼손하면 되나? 뭘 어떻게 해야 되니? 칼을 꺼는 건 맞는 것 같은데. 아이 새끼 왜 예민하네. 지나가라 좀. 아 이게 아닌가 봐. 이 검이 아닌가 보네. 아 무슨 검입니까? 이거 그만하고 싶습니다만 이 사람 무슨 검 쓰는지 봐야겠다. 아 뭔가 다르게 생긴 단검이 하나 있나봐. 오케이 I got it.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
됐다. 오! 이 새끼가 무슨 짓이야? 칼에 대한 설명을 다 봤으면은 알았을 수도 있을 텐데 설명을 못 봐가지고 좀 내가 모르는 그런 느낌인 것 같아. 정신 차려!
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand?
You didn't say anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.